Hello, friends, and welcome to Cricket Caviar. What a Sunday it was for sports fans and especially cricket fans. West Indies beat Australia in Australia. England beat India in India after trailing by 190 runs. And Yannick Sinner came back from two sets down to beat Daniel Medvedev. East Bengal won a trophy after 12 years. The least surprising thing to happen on a Sunday was Nitish Kumar taking oath for ninth time and making a U-turn again. I think that was the least surprising thing because it was full of surprises and I don't know where to start from, but Gaurav, there was a day-night test match in Gabba, uh, and Australia are the world champs in both formats. Nobody really gave West Indies a chance. Rodney Hogg, an ex-cricketer, he had called out West Indies as pathetic and hopeless. And really, I think it was even I felt sad while listening to Brian Lara and other West Indian commentators that they commentate with such enthusiasm, but they also note the eventuality that West Indies will not win. 103 runs were needed when Shamar Joseph took the his first wicket, and 8 wickets were in hand. Did you give West Indies any chance, or did you expect uh, the unexpected? What happened there? I mean, 103 runs and they collapsed. 96 for 8 was the collapse. Steve Smith battling alone, trying to get his team over the line as the new opener, but not able to. Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah, Sunday full of the underdogs triumph, full of
Hmm.
underdog triumphs. Be it West Indies, be it the England, be it the Yannick Sinner or East Bengal coming up triumphs in the Super Cup. So it's a full of the underdog story throughout the Sunday. The first time I had a glimpse of hope, I can say, when Australia were reduced for 50 or for 5 in the first innings. But
Yeah.
then when then after that the Carey and the Cummins and
Hmm.
Khwaja took them to 289, I thought, oh, the chances missed, chances gone.
Hmm.
But when I think the first time I just had a semblance of hope was when Travis Head got out. The two
Hmm.
back-to-back wickets. Somehow I thought who knows what can happen. But the other thing with the actually the rational mind was telling me that this is West Indies and there is a Steve Smith still there, and Australia they somehow find a way to win such matches. So you
Yeah.
remember the World Cup game against Afghanistan. We all thought it was dead and buried. Then Glenn Maxwell came up trumps.
Hmm.
So that was the thing. And I like to say one thing here that I think two people in this world who
Hmm.
haven't come out of the 19th November 2023 syndrome.
Hmm.
The two people from two opposite sides. One is definitely Rohit Sharma. I don't think he still come out of that tragedy of that night. And another person is Travis Head.
Hmm.
Travis Head, that World Cup final has been as abysmal. He got, I think, 200 runs in 8 innings in this summer, including a
Hmm.
century. He got 119, I think, in one of the innings,
Yeah.
and rest of the innings he got just 80 runs in 7 innings. I think three
Yeah.
or four ducks there. So,
Hmm.
so the two people who haven't really gone out that
Hmm.
from that 19th November final syndrome. So, but then this is an incredible achievement. West Indies is a cricket team. I think they have zero haters throughout the world. So,
Absolutely.
because it's a lot of our generation actually grown up watching Ambrose and Walsh and the Laras and the Hoopers and all these Gales and all these people. Um, and also our previous generation, our father's generation, where they had this Weave Richards and Lloyds and all conquering Lloyds team with those four fast
Hmm.
bowlers and Marshall Holding, Roberts, Garner, Croft,
Hmm.
and all those who haven't quite played along for West Indies, and yet they were lethal, like Wayne Daniel and all Sylvester Clarks and all those people. So the West Indies is a team which declined radically over the last decade or so, last 2 decades or so. The cricket has gone down. But whenever West Indies do well, it somehow makes everyone in this world cricketing fraternity happy. If
Hmm.
you watch Pat Cummins post-match interview, he
Hmm.
also said there's a part of him who was also happy to see West Indies coming up trumps.
Hmm.
You don't get to hear such words often against any other team. So West
Hmm.
Indies has this. We have all this soft corner for West Indies, and what a story for Shamar Joseph,
Shamar Joseph, the
the guy with
protagonist of
probably a
this.
broken toe. With a
Hmm.
broken toe, he was a security guard even in the last year
Hmm.
that he lives in this Amazon forest, which takes a day to enter in that area
Yes,
by
Barbies.
boat.
I have
By
been
boat,
attacked, Gaurav. Let me tell you, I have been attacked by the Guyanese people. Yesterday, while doing the post match show, I actually called him from Barbados. I have been relentlessly attacked on YouTube by. I want to take this opportunity to apologize. And I read his story of his struggle. Like he worked 12-hour shifts. He used to live in a place that is 2 days of boat journey from New
yes,
Amsterdam,
it's a place called Baracara in Guyana. It's
Baracara.
it's in it's in the Amazon rainforest, and he was a security guard. And what a terrific story! He came up, and somebody saw him bowling in the nets for the Caribbean Premier League and drafted him. And incredible courage. You see that he bowled 12 overs on the
Hmm.
trot in either side of the break
Yeah.
in that humid condition at Gabba. Gabba is very humid. If you look at the spells of the other fast bowlers in these test matches,
Hmm.
Australian fast bowlers were bowling maximum 3 to 4 overs, not more
Hmm.
than that, because of that
Hmm.
heat and humidity.
Hmm.
He bowled 12 overs on the trot, either side of the break,
Hmm.
and with probably a sore or broken toe, you never know. And
Yeah.
he had absolutely no chance coming onto the field. Somehow
Hmm.
he managed, and he bowled raw pace,
Yes.
absolute raw pace. Each and every over he bowled, his average speed were up 145 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
And he kind of the ball he bowled to Cameron Green was a japper. And
Absolutely.
also the
I
first
mean,
half,
just last night, Gaurav, actually, when that broken toe incident happened, I felt really sad for the guy. It reminded me of actually Mohammad Shami when we were 36 for 9. You know, Mohammad
yes,
Shami got hit and he had to retire hurt. And he was so disappointed that he could not save his team from embarrassment. And I felt the same here. I think West Indies just needed that 252. I was thinking that they may have a chance with 250 and they were just stuck on this 215 or 16. I just thought
yes,
it will be an easy chase, but man, he came back. Hats off to him. He came back with full fire and he bowled those 12 overs. I mean, before that, I know. I mean, Kemar Roach has contributed. Alzari Joseph has contributed in this Test match. In the first innings, they were the major wicket takers, and I can never forget Kemar Roach first innings ball to Steve Smith, actually swinging and trapping him LBW. But it was just Shamar Joseph show.
but actually, if you look at Shamar Joseph, it's just for a after a long time, I see a West Indian fast bowler who can
Hmm.
instill fear in the minds of the batsman with his
Hmm.
pace. Like how he hit Usman Khwaja in the first test match
Yeah.
with the bouncer.
And he's
He's
not
sharp,
tall.
he's quick,
He's not tall. He's like Malcolm
he's
Marshall.
skinny.
Only.
Yes, it's a Malcolm Marshall like height. Yes, Malcolm Marshall wasn't tall, but he was skinny
Hmm.
and he was very quick of the deck. And that's how when we talk about the West Indian fast bowlers, we talk about the guys like Patrick Patterson, the Malcolm Marshalls, who can
Hmm.
instill fear in the Ian Bishops. Who can
Hmm.
instill fear in the minds of the batsman with their
Even
raw
I would say
pace, and
Fidel
this guy
Edwards. I used to be afraid watching him. Fidel Edwards.
yeah, it's kind of a slingy action,
Yeah.
sort of
Short-sighted.
different, but
Yeah.
this guy is sharp. The ball he bowled to Hazelwood, it was too quick for him. He
Yeah.
couldn't get his bat down in time. It was straight delivery, but it was so quick for a tail ender that he
Hmm.
couldn't get his bat down in time. So that's a remarkable thing. And also I am impressed by some of their players. Like Kevin Hodge had a
Yeah.
decent outing. I thought Kirk McKenzie played some scintillating
Brilliantly.
strokes in
Yeah.
both the test matches. A bit disappointed with Alec Athens. I thought Alec
Yeah.
Athens is someone I think West
Alec
Indies
Athens had
cricket
one
can look up.
important contribution, Gaurav. His chest was so reflective that he actually, the ball bounced off his chest and Greaves got it.
Essentially took the catch, and
That was
that
very
Mitchell
important
Marsh catch.
contribution. Yeah, Mitchell
Mitchell
Marsh,
Marsh
who
catch.
was playing well actually, was the only batsman
Yes, yes.
looking to play well.
And throughout the summer, I think throughout the
Yeah,
Australian summer, I thought Mitchell Marsh was their pick of the batsman. I mean,
big,
along with
yeah,
Usman Khawaja.
yeah.
So I mean, that was a very important wicket. So it's a great story. You remember a few years back when Shea Hope and Craig Brathwaite scripted a terrific run chase against England at
Yeah,
Leeds, Headingley.
yeah,
We were really happy for West Indies that somehow West Indies cricket is getting back on track, and then after that same old story.
yeah.
I just
Even the
hope.
Kyle Mayer's knock in Bangladesh, I remember a lot of conversation brewing after that knock also. But
So after this, this is not quite a fortress Gabba breach kind of a thing,
hmm,
because I think West Indies have won 4 Test matches at Gabba. So it's
hmm,
nothing new for them, as it was for India. I think India first time India won there at Gabba, so
hmm.
it's kind of a different emotion for both the sides.
Yeah,
But
they even have a
Australia
tight test.
having
They even have a tight test at Gabba in
they even have a tight
1961.
race and won 4 times at the Gabba. So the
Hmm.
West Indies have done it before in at Gabba, but they were different times.
Yeah,
They were different times.
absolutely.
I was looking
Hmm.
back the last time West Indies won a Test match on Australian soil. It was 1997 at the Waka.
Hmm.
They had this
Brian Lara.
Sherwin Campbell, Robert Samuels, Shivnana Chandrapal, Brian Lara, Carl Hooper, Jimmy Adams.
And
I
it
think who was
was
the wicketkeeper?
so, Brian
Junior
Lara and
Murray.
Carl Hooper were actually in tears. They were
Yes.
commentating with different
And
broadcasters.
it was fascinating to see both of them hug each other, because
Hmm.
in their playing days they were not in talking terms, Hooper
Yeah,
and Lara. So I mean these kind of momentous occasions. I think people do forget their personal enmity
absolutely.
or something like that, and also with age, I think people
Hmm.
become mature and realize that some things are are for the past, I think. And the way Lara reacted or Hooper reacted, and also special kudos to mm, um, Adam Gilchrist, the way he handled the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam Gilchrist was also very jubilant in West Indian victory. I dare to say here, I know I will criticize a lot, but I don't see any Indian commentator doing what Adam Gilchrist did yesterday. Uh,
Absolutely.
if they do, I think their jaw will be
Yeah,
under
it will
the
be kind of, it
so,
will not come out naturally, I think. That's what
yes,
you.
yes.
And
What happened to
there
Harsha
was
a few years
another
back?
turning point, Gaurav. Actually, when there were 54 for 5 and 70, it could have been 72 for 6, but the Zing bail
The bail didn't
didn't
come
fall
out.
off. And that should have been Shamar Joseph's first wicket of the match, but he didn't get a wicket until Alex Carey had already made a 50 and a fast counter-attacking 50 and given Australia some momentum. So I'm happy that moment didn't cost West Indies, because last 2 days I was thinking that bail not falling, that Zing bail, which is heavier than your normal
Yes.
conventional bail, it may have cost West Indies. And of course, we have to appreciate Joshua Da Silva and Cavem Hodge for that partnership
Yeah,
of
64 for 5.
149. Hmm.
Yes, that was a crucial partnership between those two. And also, I think the one factor I would like to emphasize here is that Australia in this summer didn't quite look like
Yeah,
invincibles.
I
They
mean,
were,
I
I
mean,
think
Gaurav, they were lucky.
Pakistan had them for run in 2 of the Test matches. Barring the first one, Pakistan had them for run for
Yeah.
the 2 of the Test matches. But because of
Hmm.
sheer lack of quality in their batting lineup, and also to some extent the raw pace wasn't there with the Pakistani attack, I think
Yeah.
that helped.
But
Also, fielding played his
fielding is
part.
the main thing. But Gaurav,
Yeah,
in this summer,
I remember Abdullah Shafiq put down a sitter of a Mitch Marsh,
yeah,
and Australia would have been 40 for 5, and
yeah,
MCG. And then Mitchell Marsh goes on to make a 90 or 96 or something like that, and also Steve Smith there with the 50 and reserved the situation, and Australia somehow won the match. And that thing also happened in Sydney, where Pakistan couldn't bat decently in the second innings. They
yes.
started off a decent note with Simon hitting few boundaries here and there, but they needed was a target around 180 or 190 on that Sydney surface, to make Australia chase that
And
target.
and do you
So,
think, Gaurav, Australia were a bit lucky this summer? They had Pakistan and West Indies, not India and New Zealand or England and some better team. I mean, they would have
yes,
been in
absolutely,
trouble.
absolutely. They're below par. If you look at the
Hmm.
averages and all, Steve Smith is below par.
Hmm.
Marnus Labuschagne has been really disappointing throughout the
Disappointing.
summer.
Yeah.
Usman Khwaja to some extent was good, but not great.
Hmm.
Mitchell Marsh was clearly their best batsman,
Best batsman. Yeah. He
and and
actually
and
Australia is known as a collapsed team, Gaurav. If you see in recent times, there have been many instances Australia has collapsed. 24 for 4, 16 for 4,
yes, yes, yes,
those
yes.
kind
They
of
were
scores.
16, yes, 16 for 4 in the second innings at MCG, the Boxing Day
Yeah.
Test match. That's when
Hmm.
Abdullah Shafiq dropped that sitter. But then Australia would have been 40 or for 5. So Australia were pretty lucky this year. I think
Hmm.
they have lot of question mark on their batting, especially because I don't see some of them carrying for long in the batting department. Also, the bowling problem is the with bowling is that there's no spring chicken in the reserve bench.
Yeah.
I heard
And
about Lance Morris.
they didn't trust anyone. I mean, I was surprised that all the main bowlers played the 5 test matches. I mean, they should have brought
Exactly,
in
exactly.
Scott Boland or someone.
This is the issue. This is the issue. Same issue actually hurt them against India last time, because
Hmm.
by the time they reached Gabba, they were pretty tired. It was a
Hmm.
tired bowling attack, and Rishabh Pant took a toll on them. Actually,
Hmm.
realizing that they were tired. So that is the
Hmm.
thing. So they all who are the Australian bowlers who can come into this squad? Michael
I,
Lesser,
I think
or, or,
Scott
or,
Boland
or
definitely
Todd
should have been
Boland,
given.
and all of them are over 30. Boys, come
Yeah,
on. All of them are over 30. No, I think Australia need couple of bowlers who are in their
yeah,
mid 20s.
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to struggle after 3-4 years. They are going to struggle a lot.
Also, Gaurav, one more point. Someone mentioned that, since Warner has now retired, Australia has had traditional attacking openers like you have seen Hayden, you have seen even Langer to some extent, Slater, Mark Waugh for some period. I think Mark Waugh was not an opener, but yeah, you normally have those attacking openers. Do you think Steve Smith and Khwaja both, they do not complement each other? Like, what do you think about that
It's
pair?
too early to call. I think give him couple of series at least. I think then after that I can have a judgment
Hmm.
on that. And they are going to New
Hmm.
Zealand after this, and New Zealand is not a easy place to start off your innings, because
Hmm.
it ball swings a lot and very
Hmm.
difficult for the overseas batsman to counter
Hmm.
that swing. And also the wind factor
Hmm.
in New Zealand is pretty cold and windy. So let's see how Australia react to that in New Zealand. I think for their sake, I think Train Bolt won't be there. With Train
Yeah,
Bolt, the New Zealand attack becomes a lot different. I think,
yeah,
but still, it's a very decent attack with Matt Henry, then Tim Southees and Kyle Jamieson and all these people. This is a pretty decent
yeah,
attack on such kind of conditions. So let's see how Australia.
yeah.
Traditionally, Australia plays well in New Zealand.
Hmm.
They don't lose. So we have
Hmm.
to see how it goes.
Yeah,
Because
even I
Steve
think
Smith is
Steve Smith also made
not
some
the
good
same player
technical
anymore.
adjustments in the last innings. He
Yes,
was
but
able to.
he's not the same player anymore. The only thing I criticize about Steve Smith during that chase against West Indies was that he
Hmm.
didn't take the responsibility on his shoulder. I thought
Hmm.
he was pretty casual in terms of leaving the tailenders to face the music.
Yeah, I
A lot
was
of times.
wondering why he was giving 2 balls to Josh Hazelwood. He could have
Yes,
tried to give.
and the when Hazlewood got out, that was the third instance when he left 2 balls to
To Hazelwood.
let Hazlewood to face two
Shamar was
balls of the
off the
last.
radar. He bowled a wide ball or something previous over. Actually, he was off the
Yeah,
target.
and also Alzani bowled a no ball also, so he
Yeah,
got an extra crack on Hazlewood.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
that was bound to happen. I mean, if you leave
Hmm.
Hazlewood, face the music, it
Hmm.
won't happen in 1 over, 2 overs. In third over, it eventually happened. You cannot.
Hmm.
You have to take responsibility as a senior batsman or senior player on that kind of a situation. I thought
Hmm.
he was a bit timid. He started attacking a lot later. If you, I mean, for example, if you look at Ben Stokes or a Rishabh Pant in such situations, you see them
Hmm.
attacking from the beginning. They were 8 down. They would have
Hmm.
started attacking, taking bowlers for fun, and they would have actually waited till the last ball of the over.
Hmm.
You look at the great chases of all time. You see
Yeah.
Brawler getting that 153 not out against Australia,
Oh man, that
and,
was awesome.
and it was Courtney Walsh who had to face 4 balls in 1 over, and that's it. And next
Hmm.
over, Lara match. But because even Lara knew that if you give more than an over to survive, then
Hmm.
eventually they're going to get out. So there's no point in having you take a chance, you get out, it's fine. You get
Yeah.
out. But at least you need to take a chance on such kind of a situation.
And it's the first pink ball test loss for Australia, first loss under Pat Cummins in Australia. And I feel like doing a backflip, what Kevin Sinclair did, I think that moment also triggered a lot of enthusiasm from the West Indians. Apart from his cracking 50, which came after Joshua De Silva's and Kevin Hodge partnership, uh, getting West Indies to 300. But congratulations to West Indies and all our Caribbean viewers. We really revel in this achievement of West Indies team, and thank you so much for all your love
West
that
Indies
you
has
have
a
given.
special place in our heart. West Indies has a special place in our heart.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, the team with zero haters.
yes, absolutely.